Yo, all dinosaurs are members of the reptile suborder known as Dinosauria, and I have a dinosaur tooth. This must be one of the smaller teeth, and it's somewhat broken off. This information is very important, except for the age, which is a little bit dubious. This specimen is from a Gorgosaurus, who is known to have roamed the western United States and Alberta, Canada. He's considered a tyrannosaur since he's of the family Tyrannosauridae, as was T-Rex. He gets the common name Gorgosaurus from his genus, and only one species, Libratus, was found so far. Since Gorgosaurus has the highest number of high-quality fossils discovered out of all tyrannosaurs, I hope that other dinosaurs stop getting to hog the limelight. This species should be a star since he has plenteous remains that can be studied, so we can know much more about such magnificent creatures. Though I admit T-Rex is my favorite. Has been since kindergarten, when the music teacher would play an ever requested piano song about a T-Rex, which started with a gentle tickling of the ivories but ended with a thundering crescendo as if he was stalking and chasing us. Though I've always loved dinosaurs, I never wanted to be an archaeologist like my father did when he was young. While T-Rex averaged 12.3 meters or 40 feet long, weighing 8 metric tons or 18,000 pounds, Gorgosaurus was the size of the smaller Allosaurus. Both animals were 8.5 meters or 28 feet long. The difference was that Gorgosaurus had a bigger head than Allosaurus and weighed 2.7 metric tons more than Allosaurus's 2.3 metric tons or 5,000 pounds. Allosaurus, however, had well-developed arms and claws, while Gorgo had disproportionately small arms like T-Rex and 2 digits like T-Rex, while Allosaurus had 3. Gorgo was more closely related to T-Rex than Allosaurus, since Allosaurus was of a different family, Allosauridae. However, Gorgo was more closely related to Albertosaurus than Rex. Although many dinosaur species are thought of as strict carnivores, that's unproven. Perhaps so-called meat eaters also ate plants. Perhaps they could have possibly survived on diets strictly of vegetation and water. Consider that Allosaurus and Gorgo's long teeth were only 2 inches long and got down to only a half inch like the specimen I have. Even some T-Rex teeth were only 1¼ inches long. Doesn't seem like it would be a good idea to continually use such teeth to smash against thick bone while subduing prey or battling rival scavengers. And nobody knows what color or colors of any of the dinosaurs were. We could only imagine. A popular theory is the outlandish idea that dinosaurs, including T-Rex, evolved into birds. But most dinosaur fossils show no trace of having had any feathers. Instead, many fakes were created in order to lend credence to this unsupportable theory, and they've even found a complete specimen, a type of ankylosaur, along with many well-preserved soft tissues. Evidence indicates that velociraptors likely had feathers, but weren't anything like the velociraptors shown in Jurassic Park movies. They were only slightly bigger than chickens and resembled other flightless birds more than typical dinosaurs. A dinosaur that was truly man-sized was Raptorex. Many think the Bible story of Noah's Ark from Genesis chapters 6 to 8 is historically factual, since most reject the vast geologic ages and imagine an Earth less than 10,000 years old. Those who subscribe to that, dinosaurs must have been on the ark if their belief was true, since it clearly states that a pair of all living animals were on board. But in some dinosaur species, one animal alone would be 1/4 of the supposed ship's length and weigh as much as 15 African elephants, such as Argentinosaurus. The estimated height of the tallest dinosaurs, Seismosaurus, 84 feet or 26.6 meters, far exceeds the ark's given height, 50 feet or 15.2 meters. Many were long enough that if they stood any way diagonally, contrary to the ship's length, they would block all other people and animals' movement at that point. Even if all dinosaurs were small, they still wouldn't fit due to the great number of different dinosaur types. And even if all the animals started as baby animals, they would have over a year to grow on the ark. Then there's the need for a year's supply of food and drinking water for every animal, who would expel waste on board for a year. Also, the area where the ark supposedly landed, mountains of Ararat, would logically have the greatest diversity of dinosaur and other animal fossils. It does not. So with these facts and others, the legend of Noah's Ark must be a complete fiction. But on the other hand, the Bible's Job chapter 40 certainly describes a large dinosaur-like creature. Quoting from that, "Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee. He eateth grass as an ox. His strength is in his loins, and his force in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong as pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fence. Shady trees cover him with their shadow. Willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh it with his eyes. His nose pierceth through snares." In fact, from a variety of sources spanning many centuries come numerous descriptions and drawings of various creatures said to have lived concurrently with humans, which surely resemble dinosaurs. There are even various accounts of people supposedly having been in proximity to dinosaurs and having seen them, even seen them in our 20th and 21st centuries. But in my opinion, it is inconclusive. I do object to the claim to know how long ago or in what time frame dinosaurs lived on Earth. That's because radiometric dating is near worthless since it's based on unprovable assumptions. Evolutionary geology is also not what it's supposed to be. There are many anomalies to the supposedly fixed geologic sequence. Yet regardless which theory you subscribe to, dinosaurs were undoubtedly here and dominant. Pardon me, I have a bad cold. And dinosaurs were undoubtedly a day will come when humans face their own extinction. So let's stop thinking we're far superior to all God's other creatures and triple our efforts to help protect today's endangered species. And if we're right with God, perhaps we'll see dinosaurs in heaven one day. Take care.